Good, good morning, and welcome to your Wednesday morning edition of Donuts with Sprinkles here as I sit outside and relax for just a little bit and enjoy some coffee and get set for another big show today. We've got Trey Dyson coming up at 1:15 today to join us to talk about South Carolina baseball. They bounced back last night, go on the road to Spartanburg and defeat Wofford 8-2. KJ Scobie with 4 hits last night, and Jack Reynolds gets his first start and goes 1 for 4. But let's start with KJ Scobie, who is off to a great start. I feel awful for him striking out with the bases loaded in the second game on Saturday. The Saturday game where they lost, because he's playing so well. He hits the home run on Friday night in game 2 to win the ball game. And this is a young man that's put in a lot of work. Got injured in the preseason with that dislocated shoulder and has come back and is right now at least through 4 games performing like you would want one of your big-time players to do. And so awesome to see that from him. And, I don't know if there's a must-win in baseball, but I think the way that we as fans feel, not just about baseball, but about South Carolina athletics as a whole, I think that's why last night was so important to win, to go on the road and win and not allow more doubt to creep in. I mean, South Carolina should beat Northern Kentucky, and to go 2-1 is fine. It's okay, but you really needed to sweep that series. You look around, there were other losses in the league. Other SEC teams did have losses. I think, Georgia lost to UAB. I think Wright State beat somebody. So, these things happen, but I think we're all, as fans, at a mental point where you don't want to see South Carolina lose these games that they're expected to win. And so that's why last night was big. It was. You don't want to write that off and just say, well, it's Wofford. It is what it is. They needed that, and it was a road win. Today, 4 o'clock, they play Gardner-Webb, and it's the same thing. You need to win that one and keep kind of the momentum streak going and feel good about it. But good win for them last night. Let's hope they can keep it going. Basketball last night, 78-64, losers to Florida. The truth be told, I watched the whole game. It just felt like Florida was toying with them the entire time. It felt like Florida was just kind of there, not really playing all that hard, just kind of doing what they had to do and going through the motions. Michi Johnson was giving it his all, trying his hardest. I'll say this for South Carolina. I think the effort's there. I think it's there. They can't shoot the ball at all. And, Lamont Paris was honest at the beginning of the year. He said, hey, this is a team that's built around shooting. He thought he recruited good shooters. And on paper, statistically speaking, they didn't look like they were going to be bad shooters. But here we are with, 7 games left, I guess. And they couldn't hit the broadside of the barn. I could let Austin challenge pretty much everybody except Michi Johnson in the three-point contest. And Austin probably would at least tie him, if not beat him. And that's unfortunate because, as a coach, for Lamont, you recruit these guys and you think, okay, I've put the pieces together. The puzzle is put together. I like what we got. And then you come out during the regular season and these guys just can't make shots. Defensively, they're massively deficient. The athleticism of this basketball team is massively deficient. It's not a good team. It's not a good team. And we'll see. We'll see what happens with Jeremiah Donati and with Lamont Paris and the buyout and everything from there. About 7 games left, 6 regular season games, and I think that's about right. 6 regular season and then the SEC tournament. Good morning to you. Coffee, by the way. My Carolina soccer coffee mug. But, we'll see where that goes and what exactly happens. One other thing on your Donuts with Sprinkles. If you haven't seen it, nationally, last night, the reaction of Mick Cronin to a question about the Michigan State student section. Now, you need to watch this. If you're watching me still and you're listening to this, go Google Mick Cronin last night. This guy's a grade A jackass. Like a grade A, just complete jackass. Mick Cronin has always kind of been that way. He's the head coach at UCLA. They got smoked last night by Michigan State. the Michigan State student section was chanting something to one of his players, and a reporter asked Mick Cronin about it, and Cronin's original answer was kind of, it is what it is. He said he didn't give a rat's ass about the student section. Kind of is what it is, right? But then the reporter tries to explain his question, and Mick Cronin looks at him and says, "Are you raising your voice at me?" Go watch the video and just see what a true, I've said the word twice, but you get the point, a true jackass looks like. This guy's coaching at UCLA, one of the most prestigious college basketball programs in the country. They still are, despite what John Wooden having done, being over 50 years ago. They've played for championships. They've won championships. I remember Ed O'Bannon and Charles O'Bannon and Tyus Edney and all that group. That is a prestigious job, and Mick Cronin is a complete loser. And if Jerome Tang was fired by Kansas State for embarrassing University, Mick Cronin should be fired. Mick Cronin should be fired by UCLA for embarrassing UCLA last night. Go watch it. Go watch for yourself. You talk about other stuff in sports outside of this South Carolina field. That happened last night as well. So there's a little bit of your Wednesday morning donuts with sprinkles. Just, 5 to 8 minutes every morning. Just a quick recap of kind of what happened. Have gone on my walk. I actually lifted weights yesterday. Got out and lifted or did some leg weightlifting. So trying to get healthier. I know the Lord is behind me. The Lord is behind you too. Whatever you got going on in life, know that He's walking with you. Maybe you don't feel like He's there. Maybe you feel like you're being buried. Maybe you feel like you're being buried this morning. Maybe you're just being planted. You're planted to grow. That's what the Lord does. Sometimes we feel like we feel like it's a tidal wave. It's constantly crashing on us, and then we're being buried, and that things aren't going our way, when in reality, what's actually happening is we're being planted to grow and to blossom into something truly special and truly beautiful. And I think that's what's going to happen if you got something going on in your life. You're going to be beautiful. You're going to grow, and it's all because of our great Lord who is doing that for you. So stay the course. Keep the faith. Say your prayers. The Lord's there for us. Happy Wednesday to you. Again, show coming up here at noon. Trey Dyson at 1:15. A lot for Tyler and I to get into. Basketball, baseball, football, all kinds of stuff. So I look forward to catching up with y'all then. Happy Wednesday to you again. This has been your Wednesday morning donuts with sprinkles.